I know you've dealt with this on the Locked On Browns podcast. If the Browns go offense, 54 and 85, who are some names that you think make sense?
I keep going back to this. And now, look, if the Browns are going to go offense at 54, you got to think there's a guy that you think can contribute right away. So you look at the positional groups, and look, as much as I kind of really, really love this running back class, I can see where if the Browns say, hey, look, we got this, we got this, we got this, Nick Chubb. And look, a lot of this is based on the fact that we don't know when Nick's going to return. Then you look at the wide receiver room, all right? You know who the top three are. Bell had some meaningful plays late in the season. Cedric Tillman, I will continue to say that I think he played pretty good in a tough situation last year for a rookie when it was a brand new quarterback almost every week. So where is this rookie wide receiver jumping in, and where is he jumping in the pecking order? You look at that tight end position, Dave, and look, we all know what David is, and we all know how great David is. But you look at the rest of that room. Akins, he's still here, maybe. I mean, he's on the roster. It didn't seem to do much for the team last year. The Gio Ricci story is really, really nice. Local kid and all. I don't think that's going to move the needle at all. But Brock Bowers is going to be gone. But if there is a chance, the second best tight end in this class, which in my opinion is probably Benson out of Kansas State, if he's available, and for the Browns, maybe it's a luxury pick. You're not going to use him a ton. Well, maybe it's a luxury pick now, but if you thought this guy was a top 50 player, and just because, you have all these receivers, you have running backs, and he might not be a big focal point of your offense early on, either A, he'll find a way to get in there, or B, maybe he's not used a lot early in his career because it does become a bigger factor later in his career. Now, you get to 85. Now, to me, that's where I think the running back spot would really probably be the sweet spot. You keep looking at these running back rankings from all these draft analysts, and they keep pushing these guys down even further and further and further. So if you can get an Audric Estime, Marshawn Lloyd, I think he kind of is a little bit like Jerome Ford in the fact that he can do a little bit of everything. So basically, when you're making moves, bringing one running back in, taking one running back out, you don't have a tell. If the Browns had Jerome Ford on the field, or they had Marshawn Lloyd on the field, or they had Nyheim Hines on the field, you don't necessarily have a tell because all three guys are capable of taking some carries. All three guys are certainly capable of going out running routes. I think a guy like Marshawn Lloyd would fit. But 54, 85, I think you're looking for, the offensive line, I get it. I truly do. And it is one thing to talk about because the Browns have that gap from 85 to 155. That is 70 spots in this draft. And once you get to 155, you're talking about a whole different type of offensive lineman. But you can go skill at 54 and 85. The Browns can get a really, really nice return here.